Hi everyone, welcome back. So I've got my December 2022 Empties video today. So I'll talk through all of the beauty products that I finished up in December, and I'll also give you a little rundown as well as to the total number of products I finished up in 2022 and then how it's split in terms of things like makeup and skincare, hair care, things like that. So in December then I finished off 11 items, and that's pretty standard for me, I would say. I reckon I finish off an average of about 12 items per month. Obviously some months I finished off a lot more, but then some months I only get through maybe like 6 or 7 items, but 11 for December, that's a good amount of products. And I do have a bit of Project Pan items in there as well, so some makeup, some non-makeup Project Pan items, and I've got a little bit of hair care in there as well. So we'll just get started and I'll tell you about those items. So I'll quickly whiz through the Project Pan items because I've already spoken about these in my Project Pan finale video. I will link it if you've not seen it. So I've got 3 items in my makeup Project Pan that I finished off. First of all is my Fenty cream bronzer, completely empty. I scraped out every last bit of product within this. I liked this, I liked the colour, I liked how easy it was to use. I liked that because it's a cream product, it gives a bit of life to your face. It makes your face look a little bit plump and juicy. But I've said this before, my issue with this product is that I feel like it doesn't last very long. You definitely need to layer up with this, so go in with the cream bronzer, then a powder bronzer over the top, and that way it helps it to last a bit longer, but on its own doesn't stay put all day. But a very nice cream bronzer. This is the first cream bronzer that I've ever tried, and it was a great one to start off with, but I am interested in trying other cream bronzers. I do have a lipstick on today as a cream bronzer, but I don't think it really works. It goes a bit muddy, a bit like tawny. I'm not overly keen on it as a bronzer. I feel like it doesn't really do a lot, so I might have to give up on that one and actually go and buy a proper cream bronzer. Next Project Pan item, a product that I'm really missing, and I think my replacement for this is coming today actually, so I will need to listen out for the door. It is my Bobbi Brown Corrector in the shade Light Bisque. I got this in the pot version, so it's the one where you have to kind of like put your finger in and then tap in underneath your eyes. You can use a brush with this, but I do prefer using my finger. Use your ring finger and then you just gently sort of like push it into areas where there is discoloration, and I have quite bad dark circles, so I don't have any on today, and I feel like I really need it. Excellent little corrector though. I love this. I've had a couple of these in the past before. They are brilliant. You don't get a lot of product, you get about 1.4 grams, but it does last you. In my Project Pan finale video I did run through the numbers, so the total number of uses it took me to completely use this up. So that was really interesting to see just how long a little product like this really does last. So although I suppose it is a little bit expensive, it does last you and it is excellent. It really helps to sort of minimise the discoloration. So I have bought the stick corrector in place of this, so I'm interested to see what that one's like. Might be a little bit easier to use because you can just draw it on rather than, you know, get your finger into the tub and then pat it on, but I'll let you know how I get on with that one. And then third and final makeup Project Pan empty I've got is a lip liner. This is by MAC and it's in the shade Stripdown. It's a lovely warm peachy brown nude. Excellent everyday colour. Great pigmentation. Lasts for a really long amount of time, but I do find MAC lip liners quite drying. So not my favourite formulation. I have recently bought a red lip liner by MAC, and because that one is obviously quite new, I feel like that applies better than my older ones. I feel like it's a bit creamier, it's more gentle, it doesn't tug on my lips as much, so I think my dislike of MAC lip liners possibly stems from the fact that mine are a bit old, or were a bit old actually, because I now only have one MAC lip liner. So lovely colour, Stripdown is. A great dupe for it is Vive Velvet Sands, so if you like Vive lip liners, Velvet Sands is a good dupe, and Vive lip liners are creamier to apply. Great pigmentation as well, but they're a little bit sticky. So my non-makeup Project Pan, I've got 2 empties. First one is the Dove Summer Revived Tanning Body Lotion. Gives a great tan to your body, builds up really naturally, really easily. If I apply this every day though, my body does go a little bit orange. So I like to alternate this with a non-tanning body lotion. The smell I don't mind. Sometimes tanning body lotions smell like biscuits and they're quite an obvious and not very nice scent. But this one I don't mind at all. And it sinks in really beautifully as well, so you don't have to stand there ages waiting for your body to dry before you can get dressed. And it fades really nicely as well. And I've panned a couple of these this year, so one that I would continue to repurchase. I really like the Dove tanning body lotion. And then the second project pan, non-makeup project pan item I finished up is another tanning product. It's for your face, and it's the Skinny Tan Coconut Water Face Serum Tanning Drops. However, in the end I tended to mix this in with a body lotion and use it all over my body because I didn't like it on my face. It looked a bit muddy, looked a bit dull and a bit flat. I prefer the tan you get from Tan Luxe because you look a bit more glowy, a bit more alive and radiant. So kind of glad that I've tried this one, because I did want to try a cheaper alternative to Tan Luxe, but not one that I would repurchase. I would stick to Tan Luxe in the future. Okay, so that was all of my project pan items. So next I've got a couple of makeup items. Now the first one is one that I was unofficially panning, and I spoke about this one in my Makeup Empties video, and it's an eyeliner. It's by Peaches and Cream. I have such a tiny amount of this left, but I don't think I've got any product even left in it, because looking directly into the pencil there's just clear pencil in there, so I think I have actually used up all of the product. Peaches and Cream eyeliners I talk about quite a lot on my channel. I love how creamy they are. I have the nude in my waterline today. I don't really know if you can kind of notice, but they are so creamy and easy to apply. They just glide onto your lids, so they are a pleasure to use. So much nicer to use in comparison to MAC eyeliners. Peaches and Cream do some beautiful colours as well. So I got this one in the shade Dynasty. So it's a burnt copper, really warm. If you decide to wear it all over the lid as an eyeshadow and blend it out, it goes a little bit rose gold. So it's kind of nice that you get two kind of colours with it. Now the reason I unofficially panned this is because I don't wear eyeliners that much. So as much as I love the Peaches and Cream eyeliners, I'm not really a big eyeliner wearer, so I feel like I don't need lots of eyeliners within my collection. So I do want to get down a couple more this year. Also another Peaches and Cream one, which is in like a turquoise blue shade. I do want to use that one up this year. But I would highly recommend these eyeliners. They are brilliant. And they're about £4.95, I think, last time I checked. So a really fantastic price point for an excellent quality eyeliner. Second makeup item is a lip balm, and this is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the scent Berry. I got the 20-gram tub, and it took me absolutely ages to use this up because you don't need much of this at all. You need the tiniest bit, so just like gently tap your finger into the product and that's all you need. But very hydrating, very comfortable to wear, gives your lips a really nice sheen, so it's actually a nice makeup item as well rather than a conditioning lip balm. It's one that I would wear constantly throughout the day, so I hate not having anything on my lips. I just hate that sensation, and then I start to notice it and I think, oh, my lips are really dry, I need to put something on. So I would have this on like all day. I'd put it on right before I go to sleep as well. Excellent lip balm, one that I would definitely repurchase and would highly recommend. Okay, two skincare items. Firstly, I have a serum. This is a vitamin C and it's by Revolution, and it's part of the Sali Hughes line. And this is the Must See Anytime Daily Serum. And I use this in the morning. It's a pump, so it's very hygienic, and it also protects the serum inside it as well. And I think vitamin C shouldn't be in like a clear tub because I think sunlight can affect it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a thing. So it's nice that you can't see into the product. Does mean that you don't know how much you have left though, and I did buy a replacement for this quite quickly and I actually ended up with like another month's worth of use out of this product, so just bear that in mind. It lasts a bit longer than you think it will do, but I like the fact that it's a pump. Makes it so easy to use. One pump is enough for my whole face, and I apply this in the morning onto damp skin after I've done my toner and my essence. Now, I'm not really clued up about vitamin C, but from what I've kind of read in like articles and things like that, you know, dermatologist reviews, this is a really good drugstore high street version of a vitamin C, and I think it's about £10. I think between £10 and £15, so it is a really good price point, and it is going to last you a really long amount of time. And I have repurchased it. I've got my backup there that I am currently using, so really like this one. I think it's really easy to use. Can't say I'm seeing massive results yet, but I think vitamin C is a long-term product. You're not going to see immediate results with it, so I'm happy to keep using this one for now. I think it's really good, and again, another one that I would recommend. And then second skincare item is a moisturiser. This is by Embryollise or Embryollise, I'm not quite sure how you say it. And this is the Lait-Creme Multi Protection. This is the moisturiser, and I got this one in a 40ml tube, so just shy of your standard 50ml moisturiser that you tend to get. And I had heard really good things about this, and this is meant to be really good as well as like a makeup base. I can confirm it is. It's an excellent makeup primer. It's very light, but it makes your skin feel very hydrated, and makeup applies beautifully over the top. So I really enjoyed this as a primer, but also really liked it as a moisturiser as well. I did think it might not be the most hydrating one for this time of the year, what with it being winter in the UK, but it did a fantastic job. And I also don't think it would be too heavy in the summer as well, so I would think that this is a really good year-round moisturiser. Sinks in really beautifully into the skin. You do have quite a good amount of, I suppose, playtime with it, so you can, you know, spend your time massaging it in if you want to, but also if you're in a rush you can quickly slap it on, rub it in, and you're done. It has like a light fragrance. I can't see anywhere on the tube where it says it's fragrance free or suitable for sensitive skin, but it does say it's for all skin types and it's non-comedogenic, tolerance dermatologically tested, and then it's got that it's good against blue light. So not really sure if that's so much a thing anymore, or whether the blue light myth and needing to be protected from it has been dispelled. Now my one does have SPF 20 in it, but to be honest with you, I put a separate SPF over the top, so I kind of ignored that SPF and kind of forgot about it until I just looked a bit more closely at the tube. So if you want like a 2-in-1 product, you can, you know, go for this one, but I think the best option is to just go for a separate SPF over the top of your moisturiser. You're better protected that way, and you can also go for a slightly higher SPF. So the one I'm using I think is an SPF 30, so this is the one I'm using, the ultraviolet one. Really like this one as well. So great moisturiser. Another one that I would recommend actually, and another one that I would repurchase. So it seems like this Empties has got a good selection of products that I would recommend. Next is a perfume. It is one of the Rihanna ones. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think it even says it on it as well. They're called like Rebel Fleur, and then I think you've got Love, something along those lines, but it's one of the Rihanna perfumes. It's the darker bottle one. You can get a clear bottle one that still has the black detailing on it. There's also one with the red detailing on it, and I think the nude is the one that has like a nudie detailing on it. So I've tried all 4 of the perfumes that she's released. They're all very nice. They're all kind of similar to each other. I can't recall there being huge differences, but a beautiful perfume, quite intense, quite, I suppose, sultry, sexy like, but because it's about 20 quid, it doesn't really last for very long at all, so it's not one that I tend to smell on myself throughout the day. I am now using a Chanel one, Chanel number 5, and that one I do smell on myself throughout the day, and I only apply a couple of spritzes in the morning. But if you're not really bothered about that, if you're not really bothered about the longevity of your perfume, of it lasting throughout the day, then maybe go for a price point like this. It is nice enough, but I don't think I would repurchase this one. I am more of a fan of the higher price point perfumes because I feel like they last. And then last item is a hair care item. This is a conditioner. This is the Redken Volume Injection Conditioner, and I bought this from a recommendation from Chris Wenzel. I will link his YouTube channel, but I found him on TikTok and he does loads of hair care videos. He has a salon in Florida, I think, and he had some product recommendations for people with fine flat hair like myself, and he recommended this Redken Volume Injection shampoo and conditioner. I'll be totally honest, it doesn't do anything in terms of volume, but I don't think your shampoo and conditioner are your products that are gonna give you volume. It's things like mousses, root lift sprays, root powders, rather than a product that you're gonna apply to your ends. However, it is a lovely conditioner. Now, like I say, I've got fine flat hair, so I need a conditioner that's very lightweight. And I feel like this one is. It doesn't feel like it's weighing down my hair. It's very heavy. It moisturised the ends, so my hair does feel quite soft, quite silky, and I washed it last night with the last bit of this. So I really enjoyed this conditioner. I think it's lovely. I would repurchase it. However, I have bought a Living Proof one, I think, another one that's recommended for fine hair, so I'll see how that one compares to this one, but I do like this one. So those were all of my December empties. So just to give you a rundown as to the numbers, so in January I finished up 10 items, 9 in February, 12 in March, 12 in April, 11 in May, 9 in June, 11 in July. August I had a huge number of empties, I had 18, 10 in September, I only had 3 in October. I'm not really sure what happened that month, but you get months like that where you don't really have many products that are close to being used up, but then you have months like August where everything kind of gets used up and then you have to spend loads of money getting replacements. November 7, December 11, so in total that is 124 items that I have used up in 2022. And in terms of the categories, 56 of those items were skincare, 23 of them were body care, 23 of them were makeup, 18 were hair items. I finished off 3 perfumes and 1 nail product. So nearly half of my overall empties last year came from skincare, which is no surprise to me. So I will be continuing with this next year. I do really enjoy doing my empties. I like to see how many products I finish up in the month, and then because I reflect on them as well, it's a nice reminder for me as to what I think about products. So it helps me to think, I really liked this one, I would repurchase it, or no, actually I didn't like this one for X, Y and Z, so I won't be repurchasing it. And hopefully it's useful to you as well if I mention any products in these videos that you were thinking about getting as well, but then we all have different opinions, so what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here as well and you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would. Very close to 1,000 subscribers now, so it would be lovely if you could help me get to that number. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you very soon for my next one. Bye.